Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. So, I just finished recording a whole bunch of videos, and then as I was about to sit down and start editing, which one of those videos was T.O.P's Desperado, suddenly a brand new music video, Studio54, came out, which reminded me that I'm an idiot because I was warned about this happening and I forgot. So, this Desperado music video reaction just turned into a double music video reaction. So I'm gonna cut to the original intro where I talk a little bit about Desperado, and then we'll check out the first music video and then jump back into me in present time reacting to Studio54. Let's go. I am so excited. There's so many incredible comebacks happening, all of which I'm recording reactions to almost at the same time. So you're going to see a whole bunch of videos, and hopefully some of your favorites will be part of this little, reaction cycle or whatever I would call it. I'm not really sure, just a reaction session, I guess. But one of the most anticipated returns for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you as well, is T.O.P, who came back with Desperado. I am aware of the fact that outside of Desperado, there could be like more music videos that he will release. So I do want to wait until the album reaction. I want to check out the music videos first, and then I'll do a dive into the album. So if you've been waiting for that, it will happen. It'll take a little bit of time. As you can probably see, there's like 11 or 12 videos dropped all at the same time, so I would appreciate your patience on this one. But yeah, really wanted to touch on this, the fact that I will be checking out the actual album. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And looking up online, T.O.P's Desperado is basically it represents a bold artistic return after a 13-year hiatus, framing himself as a desperado. Desperado, also the name of one of my favorite movies of all time, with Salma Hayek and Antonio Banderas. A bold, reckless outlaw, or someone taking extreme risks. The song apparently reflects a new chapter addressing his past, career struggles, and the evolution as a solo artist through introspective lyrics and complex emotive soundscapes. Very excited about this one, and if you are here because of Big Bang, just in general, we obviously have a decent amount of reactions, not just on this YouTube channel, but also over at Patreon, which does also include Season 2 of Squid Game, where I was absolutely blown away by him as Thanos. So if you're interested, there's a full list of everything that we have on there in the pinned comment. And with that being said, Desperado by T.O.P. Let's go. Oh man, already I like the vibe.
석양도 흘러나가 예쁜 보랏빛의 두 발 다 KO 파라밤밤밤 디기다가 흥미로운 내 육덕 라인 두두한 척이 너의 높은 콧대와 이거 그대로도
Ironically, until he mentioned the curves, I was thinking like that chair, like that thing with the it almost looks like a corset or something like that, like you're gonna pull that leash and it's gonna squeeze you much like a corset does. Like that's kind of interesting.
석양도 흘러나가 예쁜 보랏빛의 두 발 다 KO 파라밤밤밤 디기다가 흥미로운 내 육덕 라인 두두한 척이 너의 높은 콧대와 이거 그대로도 봄을 섬지도 윤기가 흘러 대중복할래 폭발하는 잭팟 인생 한방 대한민국에 난 조금 유명한 친구 오늘부터 너의 생활은 좀 달라질걸 너무 mad We're born again 두둠둠 속삭임도 나긋나긋 so cool 말이 필요 없지 넌 신의 한수 이 밤의 온도는 so hot 여름 난 녹고 있는 고드름 So I love you, love you
Why does she look so familiar?
Sometimes I'm a real game.
Damn. Character that Tom and Jerry. Ironically, did you guys watch? Like, there's all kinds of videos talking about how Tom and Jerry was actually not a game of cat and mouse, like him trying to catch him, but rather them kind of like trying to, was it like save each other or something like that? There's like a really interesting twist now on Tom and Jerry, which basically like flips the entire childhood upside down. But there's also like a reference, sometimes I'm a real gang, Paul Gauguin, who is a painter, born in 1848, died in 1903. He was a pivotal post-impressionist who moved beyond naturalism to pioneer symbolism. This is a man who burned his conventional life down to pursue something more vivid and true. That's basically creating a really cool parallel to what T.O.P is kind of doing. T.O.P has done exactly the same. The rhyme of Gang Gogwin is playful, but the reference is precise. Both men chose art over respectability and never looked back. There's also like some really cool stuff. Like, the song is such a vibe that I'm almost like I feel bad pausing, but at the same time, I really wanted to pause when he was talking about being the Moon Man, which is literally like the character from like the Big Bang music videos. The Moon Man talking to himself, but also like that last whole Big Bang comeback, he was on the moon, almost like the man left alone on the moon or something like that. Him talking about, I'm kind of known in Korea. It's such a fucking understatement. And there's something beautiful about the fact that he's calling himself like Desperado, because it's like an outlaw and whatnot, right? He's the man that can do anything, who fears nothing, in a way, and who has nothing to lose. Oh, and the eye. Yo, that eye is very symbolic, I feel.
Sometimes I'm a real game. Chemistry like Tom and Jerry. Give me a clue. I want to break your rules. 너란 여자의 완벽히 흡수.
That's pretty cool because you can take that both as a romantic line. I want to break the rules. I want to be completely lost in you. But that's basically like the parallel that is driven between him and Paul Gauguin, the painter. Both kind of like were willing to lose themselves, to reinvent themselves, and to chase their own truth from a artistic standpoint, be themselves unapologetically, and get lost completely in the art. So the art could be the woman, of course, but it's also the art that T.O.P is providing us here, which is really, really cool.
Chemistry like Tom and Jerry. Give me a clue. I want to break your rules. 너란 여자의 완벽히 흡수. 햇빛이 달아오름. So I love you.
love how minimalistic the video is. Almost has like the black and white shots almost give off like a Twilight Zone / Twin Peaks kind of vibes. I'm not sure. It's really beautiful.
Give me a clue. I want to break your rules. 너란 여자의 완벽히 흡수. 햇빛이 달아오름. So I love you. So special.
Born again, yeah. The Moon Man born again and taking on this new path of being unapologetically himself because he never cared for permission or for apologies to pursue his art, which is why he references like whether it's artist or in like that one of the G-Dragon collabs, he referenced like Francis Bacon or something, who's like a philosopher. Like there's like so much going on whenever he's doing like some sort of a reference is to kind of like create a cool analogy to put himself as like this free-spirited individual that goes wherever the art takes him. So, and that makes you an outlaw, which is the desperado aspect. So whether you get lost in the art or the art represents the woman, both can coexist. They're not mutually exclusive, obviously. So, and he knows that, which is why he makes this kind of music and plays with these kind of lyrics. You know, it was absolutely fucking beautiful. I'm sure that there's maybe like from someone who speaks Korean, who it's his first language, who's like a native speaker, he can probably like find a lot more like a wordplays perhaps, or like some more meaning than I ever could as someone who doesn't really speak the language, unless you want me to curse, in which case The Glory and all kinds of K-dramas did teach me the word shibal, which is one of my favorite words of all time, regardless of language or which language. So other than that, I don't really know what else to say, but like I love the aesthetic of the music video a lot, and like his vibe with the white suit, and it's so bulky, it's kind of like almost like he's going skiing, or like some sort of it's not necessarily astronaut, but the bulkiness of it makes you think that a little bit. And then like the black and white shots, he legitimately looks like a character from like a film noir movie or something like that. It's beautiful. Again, it kind of like gives off like, I don't know, Twin Peaks or Twilight Zone, or just like noir cinema just in general. And like the vibe of the instrumental itself is really fucking beautiful as well. And yeah, I love even like the lyrics, time's ticking fast, can't wait a second, gonna live, gonna do this thing, I'm gonna love you like crazy, like it's my last time. Like live life to the fullest, because you never know when it's going to end, so live without regrets. Basically, as cringe or corny as it may sound, someone who has been through everything and anything in his life, like T.O.P, the highs, the lows, he's kind of like free of that burden, that he just wants to live life to the fullest. So you know, whether it's making some good ass music and coming back as a soloist like that, whether it's, you know, doing Squid Game and being like one of the most fun characters with Thanos, so much so that there's now two Thanoses that I think about whenever that name gets thrown around, you know, and just living life to the fullest just in general, because he knows what it's like to experience the lowest lows. That really puts a perspective, and that creates like that born again perspective as well. So almost like the moon man who no longer feels like he's alone on that moon, you know. Top spot. Ooh. trippy. Ooh, bit of a prism.
난다 미쳤어 내 인생 곡선은 조금 미쳤어 난 내 기억 저편을 되돌아봤어 회락을 줬던 악몽을 꿨어
Oh. Yo, that was so trippy.
악몽을 꿨어
Ooh, there's a decal coming in and then the eyes pop.
가기갈기 지켜 상처 많은 나의 fans 어머니처럼 날 걱정하던 내 ex-girlfriends 바다 구두에서 가벼워진 나의 fans I'm so sorry but I love 20대 big bang Say less 모두 다 털고 후후를 상처인 여고는 무지리
Holy shit.
바비용 같아 뒤늦은 칼퇴 나 홀로 밝게 해방을 선포 광대지 적곳에 주파수 벽고도 고창병 No not too bad I've cut him off Bang bang You know what I'm saying, boy?
What the? Yo, here's the same eye from the previous music video. He had like this belt buckle that was the eye, and I believe it's like a fuck. It's supposed to be like a symbolism for like a spiritual some sort of a protective Let me make sure. The original amulet, which includes a hand in it, is supposed to represent hand of God or hand of Fatima. It is used to ward off the evil eye, bad luck, and negative energies, while attracting good fortune, health, and prosperity, all of which got shit on as it's all fucking bloodied up. As you see, like, the blood on the actual eye is beginning to kind of, like, take over as he is bleeding all over it. Yo, there is so much going on in this fucking song. I don't even know where my mind is supposed to go at the moment, because what's crazy is that it looks like T.O.P and the woman in this music video are almost like intertwined. You even have like this shot, which there's like some sort of a decal common, almost like this perfection kind of shit going on, and then the eye of T.O.P pops as he looks over to the woman, and the woman is getting kind of like, much like T.O.P himself represents in the lyrics, you want me, but I want to break away, I want to be free, or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Which is interesting. You need me, but I just want to be free. It's almost as if, this might be a little bit wild, but it feels like to me, the woman and T.O.P represent the same person who is T.O.P, right? But there's one version, T.O.P, the guy, wants to possess and take control of the woman. The woman also represents T.O.P, the T.O.P that wants to break free. The T.O.P that is always being watched. The T.O.P that is always getting blinded. You have like the eye that she wears later in this music video. Literally the same eye that is supposed to be like this protective amulet, the eye of God and whatever. It cannot protect her from him, right? And eventually she has to get her hands dirty. She has to kill him, and then the eye gets bloody. So it's like the eye of God is blind or something like that. I'm not sure how far we want to go with like metaphors and whatever. But the lyrics themselves, there's so much going on, from like my 20s Big Bang, Say Less, Much like the reference to Paul Gauguin from the previous music video, setting all of my past ablaze to pursue my artistic self in a way, shook it all off, let it all fly away, screaming freedom, feeling like a papillon. Papillon is a double reference, both to a butterfly, which is French for papillon, which is a butterfly represents profound transformation, metamorphosis, freedom, and the soul itself, which he wants to maintain with his departure from everything within his past. Papillon is also a movie, and I know that because we reacted to Papillon by NMIX. It's a movie from 1973, which is about the symbolism itself of Papillon, the movie, is the unbreakable human spirit, resilience, and an unwavering desire for freedom. It basically follows, it's a movie with Dustin Hoffman, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So it follows the actors, the main characters fight for survival after a false murder conviction. Can we think of something that equates to a false conviction where he was almost like prosecuted to a point where he was on the verge of self-deletion after something that you might be doing right now while watching this video? You know, like, for fuck's sake, right? So, and the hell that he had to go through because of that false conviction, you know, wanting to be free. Even the birds outside are screaming freedom. Holy shit, that was good timing, I guess. There's also what could be a reference to G-Dragon. So he says, I'm on a new frequency, I'm on a higher plane, and then he says, not too bad. Too Bad by G-Dragon. I'm not sure if that's kind of like a reference or not. If let me know. But the fact that he cut everyone out. But I do believe that the members of Big Bang are very supportive of T.O.P because they all mentioned, I saw some comments saying that all of his members did mention his comeback on their IGs or something like that. So yeah, let's take it back. This is fucking fantastic. 완전미쳤어 또 미쳤어 oh God 미쳤어 oh God hey come on 눈이 돌고 미쳤어 가기가기 지켜 상처 많은 나. And this part, my fans, like all of his past, my fans torn apart, scars all over. Big Bang, my 20s, my ex-girlfriends, everybody's worried sick about me. I'm cutting all of them, everything out. Like, that was also pretty fucking, like, it's a very, like, self-reflecting kind of song for sure. I'm so sorry, but I love 20대 Big Bang. Say less. 모두 다 털고 후훌라리고 상처엔 영혼의 무지개 없고 소리쳐 만세 바비용 같아 뒤늦은 칼퇴 나 홀로 밝게 해방의 선포 광대지 적곳에 주파수 경고도 고창병 no. Not too bad. Not too bad. Damn. Oh my god. You know what I'm saying, boy? She shot him, but she is bleeding. Oh, it's the finger. Okay, never mind. This sounds so groovy. Holy shit. There's another mix showing his Da Vinci spark. Da Vinci. What the fuck? I mean, it was obvious that they're the same, that T.O.P is the woman and the woman is T.O.P because of how intertwined they were, literally in the same location, sipping on that crazy eyeballs drink or whatever. But that feels so fucking fulfilling to see. Holy shit, that was amazing. And like that's basically like the almost like reincarnation of Top. Back to the top being on top again or something like that, like born again, much like the previous song Desperado was talking about, you know. This is so good. Shout out to the actress as well.
Not too bad, I've cut him off. You know what I'm saying, boy?
Walking away from you feels kind of sweet. Because I'm liberated. I'm no longer bound. Like, yes, it would suck to walk away from everything that made me famous, but bitch, I know how to swim. I'm going to be okay. I got that resolve in me, so I'm not going to... I'm going to maybe miss it a little bit when I'm feeling on my low again, but at the same time, I'm making something of myself, you know? Damn. 2 eyes. 2 colored eyes.
Dirty sound, they just ruin my soul. That's where I got great new moon inspiration. Dirty sound,
New moon. Yo, Top is definitely a fan of Reservoir Dogs. That legitimately look like that little dance scene before they start cutting the guy's fucking parts or some shit like that. Definitely some Tarantino vibes in there. And that's where I got great new moon inspiration. The man from the moon is reborn. Through the highs and the lows. And what ruined his soul made him reborn. Or some shit like that. Holy shit, that was... And like the 2 colored eyes. Like... And like the red hair with the woman almost like represents like that passion. La pasión that never died. Or something. I don't know. Pandora's box full of junk. And tea gossip. Sipping on the tea. I'm tired of it. Pandora's box, rumors, shit, and whatever. All of it, it's junk that I threw away and was reborn. Damn. Let's take it back. That switch up was fucking nasty. Yo. We're rediscovering Top right now. That legitimately looks like the Pulp Fiction dance. You know, with Uma Thurman and John Travolta or some shit like that. What the... Yo, there's definitely some Tarantino inspiration here.
내 토끼고 아주 빵빵한 이야기꾼 살짝 열어볼까 판도라 상자 속 잡동사니고 내 토끼고 길이 달라 볼리 던지고 완전 보내버릴 수도 있지 던지고 눈을 감고 뒤자 잊고
Holy shit.
Dirty sound, they just ruin my soul.
And also if you think about it, much like Top in the beginning was eyeing the woman as she was walking by and suddenly his eye pops out and it's almost like representing 2 sides constantly watching one another. right? The eyes that were left in the drink is like the eyes of those who constantly watch us. So now we eat those eyes. Let's take it back to that drop again, to that switch up, sorry. This is so good.
내 토끼고 아주 빵빵한 이야기꾼 살짝 열어볼까 판도라 상자 속 잡동사니고 내 토끼고 길이 달라 볼리 던지고 완전 보내버린 스토비지 던지고 눈을 감고 뒤자 잊고 눈이 들고 미쳤어 Dirty song they just ruin my soul That's where I got great new moon inspiration Dirty song they just ruin my soul That's where I got great new moon inspiration
Damn.
Dirty song they just ruin my soul That's where I got great new moon inspiration Dirty song
The eyes.
just ruin my soul That's where I got great new moon Dirty song they just ruin my soul That's where I got great new moon inspiration
Yeah.
Dirty song, they just ruin my soul That's where I got great new moon 완전미쳤어
That was amazing. Holy fucking shit. It does seem like the man in the mask is T.O.P himself. Like, wasn't it? Yeah. Look at this shot. It very much looks like T.O.P. So it is interesting. Maybe the mask represents the unknown or like fear in a way, and T.O.P is tired of feeling that fear, tired of the uncertainty, which is why both of his eyes in this shot are actually burning. Almost like snake eyes or some shit like that, which I thought was really, really interesting. And then he shoots the fear away. Or whatever that mask represents. Like, it could be the unknown. So, like, fuck fearing that. Like, I'm not really sure. But what I do know is that this is one of the best songs I think I've checked out on this channel. I don't know if I'm just too hyped because of that switch up. And that's why I'm saying that. But this song legitimately is bonkers. The music video is... I can understand now why Desperado was so minimalistic, because this was... You would think it's fairly minimalistic as well, but there's so much going on in there. It's one of the coolest and most complex music videos while still maintaining like a minimalist facade, if that makes sense. Like, it's really, really interesting. And the lyrics were absolutely incredible. Like, there's so much like self-reflection and just acknowledging everything, the past, getting over it, and reaching a higher ground. And the moon reference again, which is the reference to the moon man himself, T.O.P, like the reference to Big Bang. The potential reference to G-Dragon would not too bad. Maybe, I'm not sure. Let me know in the comment section if you think something of it. But yeah, I don't even know what else to say. This is one of the coolest music videos I've ever seen. Desperado was awesome. This is T.O.P on fucking Kaioken times 10 or some shit like that. I don't know how to describe it. So I'll just end it here. Hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, and if I made any sense, let me know. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, comment as always, and I'll catch you all next time. See ya.